Hello, everyone. It's me, Mrs. Gronnert, and today we're going to read the story Rumplestiltskin, retold by Mrs. Gronnert. Once upon a time, in a beautiful, rich kingdom, there lived a miller and his daughter. A miller is a person who works in a mill. Millers grind grain and turn it into flour. The miller's daughter was very beautiful. She was the most beautiful girl in the kingdom. One day, the miller was going to sell his flour to the king. He told the king about his beautiful daughter. The miller started bragging and told the king many things about his daughter. My daughter is the most beautiful girl in the kingdom. She's smart. She's a good cook. She is kind. She knows how to sew. And she can spin straw into gold. What did you say? Asked the king. She can spin straw into gold, the miller replied. Yes. The king was a greedy king. He loved money. So when he heard that the miller's daughter could spin straw into gold, he wanted her for his wife. He told the miller to bring his daughter back to the castle so that she could prove her skill and become his wife. When the miller returned home, he told his daughter about what he had said. She was very upset, but her father assured her that once the king laid eyes on her beauty, he would forget about the gold and marry her immediately. Sadly, this is not what happened. The king took the miller's daughter to a room in a tower at the top of the castle. He filled the room with straw and a spinning wheel. He told the girl that she must spin all of the straw into gold by morning, or she would lose her life. Then he left and locked the door. The poor girl did not know what to do. She threw herself on the floor and began to cry loudly. She cried so loudly that her cries awoke a hobgoblin from his magical realm. He suddenly appeared in the room next to the girl. He said, "Dearie dear, whatever is the matter with you?" The poor girl was so surprised that she stopped crying and told the strange little man what was wrong. My father told the king that I can spin straw into gold. So the king locked me in this room and told me that I must spin all of the straw into gold before morning, or he would take my life. Oh, dearie, dearie, I can help. What will you give me to spin the straw into gold? I can give you my necklace. We have a deal, said the strange hobgoblin. He sat and spun all through the night. When he was done, he disappeared, and the room was full of gold. When the king came into the room, he was amazed and happy. But one room of gold was not good enough for the greedy king. So he took the poor girl to a new room in another tower with even more straw. He told the girl that she must spin all of the straw into gold by morning or she would lose her life. Then he left and locked the door. The poor girl did not know what to do. She threw herself on the floor and began to cry. She cried so loudly that her cries awoke the hobgoblin again. He suddenly appeared in the room next to the girl. He said, "Oh, dearie, I can help. What will you give me to spin this straw into gold?" I can give you my ring. We have a deal, said the strange hobgoblin. Thank you. "Thank you so much for helping me," the girl replied. He sat and spun all through the night. When he was done, he disappeared, and the room was full of gold. When the king came into the room, he was amazed and happy, but 2 rooms of gold were not good enough for the greedy king. So he took the poor girl to a new room in another tower with even more straw. He told the girl that she must spin all of the straw into gold by morning or she would lose her life. But if she succeeded and spun all the straw into gold, this time he would make her his wife. Then he left the tower and locked the door behind him. The poor girl did not know what to do. She threw herself on the floor and began to cry. She cried so loudly that the hobgoblin appeared in the room next to the girl. "Oh, dearie, I can help. What will you give me to spin the straw to gold?" "I have nothing left to give you." "Oh, dearie, you do. You can promise to give me your firstborn child after you become queen." Now, the poor girl did not want to promise her firstborn child to the hobgoblin, but there was nothing else she could do. So reluctantly, she said, "Yes, we have a deal," said the strange hobgoblin. Then he sat and spun all through the night. When he was done, he disappeared, and the room was full of gold. When the king came into the room, he was amazed and happy. He made the girl his queen. Years passed. By the time the queen's first child was born, she had completely forgotten about the strange little man and what he had done to help her. One day he appeared in her room ready to collect the baby. The queen was so sad, she began to cry, and as she did in the castle towers, she begged the hobgoblin for any way to keep her child. She told him she would give him all of the gold in the kingdom. She would give him all of the jewels, anything to keep her child. "There is only one way I will let you keep the child. You must guess my name in 3 days' time, or the child is mine." The queen immediately told the king about her problem. They sent messengers all around the kingdom to find every name they could. The next day, when the hobgoblin returned to the queen, she said all of the names she could think of: Jose, Bob, Fred, Jack, Christian, Lawrence, Sim, Giovanni, Brandon, Kenneth, Jesus, Emiliano, Ray, Will, CJ, Peter, Cowan. Each time she said a name, the hobgoblin just laughed and said, "You will never, never guess my name." When the queen could not think of any more names, the little man left. Everyone in the kingdom made a list of names for the queen to read the next day. She read them all: John, Daniel, Patrick, Kevin, Greg, Levi, Matthew, Paul. On and on the queen read, but not one was the name of the strange little man. The hobgoblin was so happy that night, knowing that the queen would never guess his name. He celebrated in the forest, singing, "The queen does not know my name, my name. Oh, she will not know my name. No one knows my name, for it is Rumplestiltskin." Luckily, the king was passing through the same forest on his way home and heard the hobgoblin's name. He told the queen, and the next day she was ready. "Is your name Carlos? Ginia? Eddie? No, no, no. Is it Rumpelstiltskin?" What? What did you say? "Rumpelstiltskin. Your name is Rumpelstiltskin." Well, the hobgoblin was so angry. "Who told you? Was it a witch? How do you know? It cannot be." He was so angry that he began to jump. He jumped and he jumped and jumped. He jumped with so much force that he jumped himself right into the earth and was never seen again. The queen, the king, and their baby lived happily ever after. I hope you enjoyed the story today, and I hope to see you again very soon.